Russell Wilson might be sitting there going, what happened? Except for the fact that all I'm hearing from my colleagues, and maybe we'll get somebody on tomorrow to discuss it, is that this concept of making sure that they're not on the hook for guaranteed money in 2025 and he needed to reconfigure his contract, this was being discussed with his representatives during the summer.
Oh, wow.
This wasn't just brought up in the bye week. This was something that was brought up in the summer, and he didn't engage in it. And it's his right to not engage in it. I signed this contract. What do you mean? And then apparently they revisited it during the bye week. I don't know. He said that they threatened them with a benching. That clearly didn't happen. And then he went on a winning streak and made it a season. And then when the Broncos lost that night on Christmas Eve night, and it looked like they were really out of the running for the playoffs, that was going to be the end of it. And so put it all together, they can't run the risk of him getting hurt. And suddenly all the decisions they're thinking about making about him are decided already if he gets hurt. So you look at the math, and it's entirely possible, by the way, that they decide to just stick with him. I don't think that's going to happen, quite honestly, because you can't bench somebody for the last 2 weeks and throw Jared Stidham out there
and be like, hey, come on back.
and say, come back. Like,
Yeah.
we believe in you now.
No.
But if you look at the numbers for 2024, it's going to cost them as much to get rid of him as it would be to keep him. I mean, that's the phrase in divorce, right? It's cheaper to keep him. So I don't. Well, at least from our perspective as a man, that would be the phrase.
Yeah, it's a $35 million cap hit for next year. Dead cap $85 million according to the sports.
Well, but again, if they cut him, they could also spread that out over a couple of years. The cap number goes up.
Well, he could be a June 1st.
Right, where
release.
they split it up over this year and next. They don't have to take their full medicine now.
Yeah.
But it sure looks like it's over there. And the broadcast crew did not get any sense from Sean Payton beforehand that he was done with Russell Wilson. In that broadcast meeting beforehand. So it sure looks like it's over. That is for sure.
Won the game.
Well, the fact that Sean Payton was screaming in Russ's face a few weeks ago like that was the first indication. But you heard
Marshall, you heard when Marshall was here. Marshall says that one thing he cannot handle is when you go over everything prepared and you don't nail it. And that's what he thought the argument was over. And he almost wins a game. But,
that's still
it doesn't. The number of times where they won the game because half of a struggle, 3/4 of a struggle, and then ball goes up and he throws it to Cortland Sutton for a touchdown, and then things change.
But that's how Russell Wilson plays and you should have known that when you acquired him. He is not an on-schedule,
the Broncos
1, 2, 3
him.
throw guy.
I think one thing you could say for sure is Sean Payton has made a decision that Russell's not his guy.
Yeah.
That's what it appears like to me. And
Sean Payton and Nathaniel Hackett kind of run similar timing offenses, and Russ is not a timing player.
I don't think he wants you to mention that coach's name in the same breath as his, Christopher.
I'm just saying the type of offense, though, it's very similar. So
it does appear to be over.
Yeah, for sure.
And the other thing too is, Russ, you can blame me.
You?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because last year I was in the booth in Pittsburgh for the Christmas Eve game on NFL Network. Derek Carr. And the Raiders lost, and the Raiders then benched Derek Carr for the final 2 weeks of the season because they didn't want to run the risk of getting him hurt. They benched him for Jared Stidham.
That's right.
And then this year, I'm in the booth for Christmas Eve. Broncos lose and then bench their quarterback for the final 2 games to not run the risk of getting him hurt in favor of Jared Stidham. So it's my fault. And Jared, I'll take just 2%? Whatever your agent's giving you.
He owes you something.
And next year when I'm calling Christmas Eve, I don't know if there's going to be a Tuesday night game.
You saying the starter better be worried?
No, I'm just saying, head on a swivel.
Man.
And the backup
Eisen's
quarterback.
Still in the game? Oh, no.
Backup quarterback. If it's not Jared Stidham, you're starting.
Let's guess what veteran it could be that could lose their gig on Christmas Eve.
They're just walking in. Who's calling the game?
Let's guess.
Who's calling the game?
Stafford.
Stafford, get out of here.
The first thing we're checking when the schedule gets dropped.
Well, wherever Jimmy G's winding up. New England.
Just don't be doing a Cowboy game on Christmas, please.
Dude, Jimmy G might be starting. He might be the bridge quarterback. By the way, that could be Russell's job next year as bridge quarterback somewhere.
Pittsburgh, Atlanta, New England.
Chicago?
Maybe. Nah, they're going Caleb.
Or sticking with Justin Fields.
Nah.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.